U.S. prosecutors have reached a deal with 9/11's mastermind Khalid Sheikh Mohammed and two accomplices from the death penalty. The Pentagon announced on July 31, 2024, that the agreement, reportedly involving a guilty plea in exchange for avoiding a death penalty trial, marks a significant step towards resolving the long-running cases of Mohammed and two other accused terrorists. The Pentagon statement indicated that the details of the deal would not be immediately made public. However, according to the New York Times, Mohammed, along with Walid Mohammed Salim Mubarak bin Attash and Mustafa Ahmed Adam al-Hawsawi, agreed to plead guilty to conspiracy. This plea arrangement would result in life sentences, circumventing the possibility of a trial that could have led to the death penalty. The proposal for such a deal, initially detailed by prosecutors in a letter last year, has been divisive, particularly among the families of the nearly 3,000 victims of the 9/11's attacks. While some see the plea as a pragmatic resolution, others remain steadfast in their desire for the defendants to face the ultimate penalty for their roles in the tragedy. But who is Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, and what was his role in the 9/11's attack? How did he orchestrate the 9/11's attack? Khalid Sheikh Mohammed is widely recognized as the principal architect behind the September 11th attacks. Before his capture in March 2003 in Pakistan, he was regarded as one of Osama bin Laden's most trusted and intelligent lieutenants within Al-Qaeda. Known in extremist circles as Mukhtar, the Chosen One, or the Brain, Mohammed was also mockingly referred to as KFC for his love of fried chicken. Despite his small stature, he was known to be an arrogant, very proud, and short-tempered individual. Mohammed's involvement in terrorism predates 9/11's. He claims to have assisted in the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, which killed 6 people, and to have personally beheaded U.S. journalist Daniel Pearl in 2002. However, his deadliest operation was the orchestration of the 9/11's attacks, which killed nearly 3,000 people after hijacked planes crashed into the Twin Towers in New York, the Pentagon in Washington, and a field in Pennsylvania. In 1996, Mohammed proposed the idea of using commercial airliners as weapons to Osama bin Laden. His vision involved hijacking multiple planes and crashing them into key U.S. targets, including the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. Bin Laden, seeing the potential impact, approved the plan, which evolved over several years through discussions with senior Al-Qaeda leaders. Initially, Mohammed had a broader list of targets and intended to use more planes, but the plan was refined to focus on 4 primary targets: the Twin Towers, the Pentagon, and either the U.S. Capitol or the White House. Mohammed played a critical role in selecting the operatives for the mission. He chose individuals who were willing to undertake a suicide mission, had clean records to avoid suspicion, and could blend into Western society. The 19 hijackers were a mix of Saudi, Emirati, Lebanese, and Egyptian nationals. The hijackers underwent rigorous training. Several, including Mohammed Atta, the operations ringleader, received pilot training in the United States, attending flight schools to learn how to operate commercial aircraft. They also trained in Afghanistan and other locations, learning hand-to-hand combat and hijacking tactics. They practiced using simple weapons like box cutters to overpower crew and passengers, and were trained in clandestine communication and avoiding surveillance. Mohammed coordinated the logistical aspects of the operation, including funding, travel arrangements, and obtaining necessary documents. Al-Qaeda supported the mission financially through wire transfers and cash couriers. The hijackers traveled to the U.S. in small groups and at different times to avoid raising suspicion. They settled in various locations, enrolled in flight schools, and conducted reconnaissance on their targets. In the months leading up to the attacks, Mohammed and other Al-Qaeda leaders, including bin Laden, held final meetings to ensure all elements of the plan were in place. They addressed contingencies and reinforced the importance of adhering to the timeline. On the morning of September 11, 2001, the 19 hijackers boarded 4 flights: American Airlines Flight 11 that crashed into the North Tower of the World Trade Center, United Airlines Flight 175 that crashed into the South Tower of the World Trade Center, American Airlines Flight 77 that crashed into the Pentagon, United Airlines Flight 93 that intended to target the U.S. Capitol or the White House but crashed in Pennsylvania after passengers attempted to retake control. The hijackers executed the plan with military precision, taking control of the aircraft using box cutters and other small weapons. They were able to subdue the crews and passengers, redirect the planes, and crash them into their targets within a span of less than 2 hours. The 9/11's attacks killed nearly 3,000 people and caused widespread destruction and chaos. The collapse of the Twin Towers had a profound psychological impact on the U.S. and the world, leading to a significant shift in global politics and security. The U.S. launched the War on Terror, including the invasion of Afghanistan, to dismantle al-Qaeda and remove the Taliban from power. Mohammed continued to play a key role in al-Qaeda until his capture on March 1, 2003, in Pakistan. After spending 3 years in secret CIA prisons, he arrived at Guantanamo Bay in 2006. His role in the 9/11's attacks has cemented his place as one of the most infamous terrorists in modern history, demonstrating a new level of sophistication and lethality in terrorist operations.